Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo!
Pull it together,
All right.
Kelly. You got this.
We are live. So welcome, my newest table. So here we go, guys. I love to do a little character intro at the beginning, just to kind of set you guys up. Then we shall jump right into it. So, Vakis is a stranger in a strange land. Originally from Ravnica, a world that exists on a plane separate from this one, Vakis was created to serve a purpose. Ravnica's sprawling city covered the entirety of the planet and was ruled by various guilds that vie for power amongst them. He was created in a lab, a hybrid of ooze and human essence, by a callous and thoughtless creator who made his creations as mere tools for menial tasks. Specifically designed to clean plumbing in a laboratory, Vakis lived in a purposeless existence. However, a spark of curiosity and longing for something greater began to grow within him. While cleaning the lab's plumbing system, Vakis observed the world outside from his gilded tower and yearned for a higher purpose. Discovering his creator's ancient texts in a hidden chamber, he learned of untapped potential and limitless possibilities. Vakis began the painstaking task of teaching himself magic, and using his newfound abilities, was able to escape his imprisonment. Once he was free, he struggled to carve out a meager existence within the heartless city of Ravnica. Eventually, he joined the Azorius Senate, one of the many guilds within the city that not only makes but also enforces all of the laws within the city. The guild gave Vakis a true purpose, and for the first time, a level of respect and authority he had never had before. But one day, Vakis encountered a malevolent killer, a mage named Tyrius, who wrought havoc on innocent lives. Despite his best efforts, Vakis failed to stop the murder and has been haunted by his inability to protect others. This encounter ignited a burning determination with him, and he has never stopped hunting Tyrius. Driven by a deep sense of justice and guilt, Vakis set out on a personal quest to seek out the killer he failed to stop. This quest has led him all over Ravnica, and now to the world of Toril, where there are rumors that the Mad Mage has finally been caught. You seek to bring him back to Ravnica, where he can be properly tried for his crimes. In your short time traveling Toril, you've recently partnered up with Zatari, a gray-skinned tiefling. Vakis originally wandered into Zatari's traveling wagon, hoping that she could provide insight into where Tyrius was. She instead stole your gold, and as you followed her, you witnessed her giving the gold to the poor and needy, and when the gold was refused, she returned with food for them. Upon seeing this, you offered to travel with her for a time, providing a bit of extra protection and some company while you continue your search. McKenna, if you would like to add on any details of what Vakis looks like, now is your time.
Sure. So he is about 6'2", kind of a taller boy. He's very skinny. He's like 145. Because he had to squeeze in and out of those pipes. He's a male with blue eyes, jelly, shiny like skin, brownish bluish hair, and of course blue skin as well.
Yes, very interesting looking, which is probably why Zatari maybe took note of him. Speaking of our tiefling, after a rough childhood due to being a tiefling born to human parents, Zatari ran away from home as soon as she could and ended up meeting the traveling fortune teller, Ahima, a sweet elderly human woman who became Zatari's mentor and new parental figure. Ahima eventually retired, and Zatari took over the family business of fortune telling. She uses a crystal ball to see into the future and has a spellcasting focus. She is skilled with tarot cards and the pan flute. She rarely loses games of chance due to her lucky weighted dice. She tends to wind up in trouble due to cheating and pickpocketing her rich customers, but she is clever and uses different disguises to do business, and she tends to stay on the move, traveling in a decorated cargo wagon with her red Shetland pony, Delphi. Zatari has made many friends in each town she visits with local pickpockets, scoundrels, and of course, musicians. She never steals from those who have little, and only takes from the wealthy and cruel. She likes giving a portion of her earnings to the poor before she leaves town, always giving something back to the community just as Ahima taught her. Zatari has recently partnered up with Vakis, a strange man from Ravnica. When he originally wandered into Zatari's traveling wagon, she instead stole his gold, and unbeknownst to Zatari, he witnessed her giving the gold to the poor and needy. After seeing this, Vakis offered to travel with her, providing a bit of extra protection and some company. And one day, you guys come across an interesting request newly posted on a signboard in Port Last. The sign reads, "Looking for skilled adventurers to undertake covert mission. Must be able to withstand cold. Discretion mandatory. Reward: more than a lifetime of gold and any plunder you find. Inquire at Cutlass Inn, Luskan."
Ooh.
So Zatari and Vakis are together at this point, and I would love for you guys to make the first roll together, which would be a history check.
History.
Ooh. Okay, so I saw somewhere. How do I roll?
Aha! So for Vakis, what you're gonna do is, if it is just, you'll see your little skills, which are the big middle ones. You just simply go down to history, and you're just gonna click that. For you, it's a +3, and it'll automatically roll for you and do the math. It's amazing.
I'm sorry. Where? I can't find history.
So in your skills,
yeah, go ahead, Emma.
there's acrobatics, animal handling, arcana. It's that big list of things, and you see the number on the side that says +2, +4,
Yes. Haha. Thank you.
So click the history one,
Done.
and the little dice appears.
Did it.
Well,
What's the result?
Vakis was actually a very good roll. So you got a 16 +3, which is a 19. So Zatari and Vakis, you guys actually see at the bottom of this, it's not signed or anything, but there is a little like silver foil, almost like a stamp. And Vakis, you would know this because you do have, or you did have, a lot of dealings with other guilds and stuff, even on a different, basically pocket realm. There was still a lot of communication. Wheelings and dealings between the other guilds and whatnot. And you have indeed heard of Clan Axebreaker, which you kind of like recognize the symbol for. You know, it's a dwarven guild, and that from what you can remember, they seem to have fallen on hard times. And it's very interesting to you that the reward is more than a lifetime of gold, because if you remember correctly, they did not have such funds for this.
Oh, danger, I see.
So, as you guys end up making your way towards the Cutlass Inn, our third adventurer is actually already waiting for you guys. So, in the Cutlass Inn, we see a younger dwarf, just over 4 feet tall, with red hair and a handsome beard braided with gold jewelry. His long red cloak does little to hide his many tattoos. Belitas has been honing his skills at the Way of the Open Hand Monastery, located in Ironmaster, an isolated city built into the rock walls of Frozenfar. Belitas is not here on accident, but as a favor to his mentor at the monastery. His mentor seems to have some ties with Clan Axebreaker, and he personally asked Belitas to aid Varrin Axebreaker in whatever tasks he needs. He also mentioned that Clan Axebreaker has promised to share the wealth they may uncover due to this quest, which will provide the monastery with much-needed funds. So, Kelly, tell us a little bit more about Belitas.
Belitas is I'm like thinking here. Oh my god, why did my brain go blank when I'm trying to like think? It's not cool.
Yeah, this.
So Bellatos is a monk, and he actually grew up, in the hillside there, with the stone things, like the DM said, whatever the fuck. And I really hope this channel's fucking
That's
mature
fine. You're
audiences.
good. You're good. Yes, of course.
I say fuck a lot. So essentially, being one of the youngest children in a rather large family, went to the monastery as a way to kind of stand out from amongst their siblings. If you will. Thank you, T. I needed to be suffocated. So, yeah, that's like really it. Like, he's there because his mentor told him he had to be.
So, Bellatos, as you're sitting with your drink of choice, this is an extremely busy inn. It's actually one of the busiest taverns in the city. It's located on Half Moon Street, which is on the southern bank of Luskan, and it's actually on the last road before the piers themselves. It's an interesting crowd, to say the least. A lot of rough and tumble types. It's very loud in here. It's very different to the monastery, which is a little bit more disciplined and also a lot less people. This is probably like your first time in like a very large city in a hot minute.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there kind of like chilling, a little bit, like got my drink. I'm holding it close because I don't know, some of these people make me a little nervous. There's like that shady dude in the corner. He looks like he likes to do bad things with himself. And and then there's the elves in the corner, and the funny thing about elves is that I really, really like elves. Like, I like elves. And, I have never found myself attracted to another dwarf. So the elves, they're making my pants feel a little funny. But, like...
We're getting the lore for Bellatos right now.
Y'all can tell me to shut up, whatever.
No, this is great. I love it. So as you're checking out the elves in the corner, you turn your attention to the door very quickly. You never sit with your back to the door, and you see two, one very interesting individual, and Zatari, please describe what form you take and what that form looks like.
Yeah, so I think right now Zatari would probably be disguised. So right now she looks like just your average human with slightly dark skin and blonde hair, and she's got two little space buns on her head, and she's got her hood up and kind of just trying to be as discreet as possible. She's got blonde hair and dark skin and some freckles and just a normal human.
Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Just a normal human passing by.
So you guys sort of know that you are looking for someone of the Axebreaker clan who, since you guys have the symbol from the job board, and of course Bellatos would just know this from their learnings, you're sort of kind of keeping your eyes out for a dwarf who would fit this bill. And as you guys sort of enter, and do you guys get any drinks, or do you guys kind of just wait in the corner?
Oh, another.
No, so I scan the room because I want to get right to business. so I can get on to my main quest. So I'm trying to figure out how to get this gold, even though I have a suspicion this is going to be more than what I bargained for. But I'm going along with what what's her name? My partner.
Zatari.
Zatari. What's she doing so far? I don't know. She dragged me into this. So we scan the room.
But that's my friend. Do you see who we are supposed to be meeting?
Go ahead and make that good perception check, you guys. Melatoss,
so
join in as well. Yes.
Okay.
I will give the cast advantage.
All right. So for advantage, Bacchus, you can you roll twice and you take the higher number.
Okay.
Where the fuck do I find my perception on this thing?
It's gonna be on that big fat list, right in the center.
Yeah, it's right in front of my face.
I rolled a 14.
17.
Well, together it's 14. Sorry.
Yeah, any number I give you will be the aggregate unless I roll a 20, in which case you'll hear me squealing all the way from fucking California. So.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, I see Bacchus rolled twice. Okay, yes. So 14 is going to be... And then Zatari, did you roll?
No, I gave Bacchus advantage. Giving the help.
You're just like you're like, okay, he probably looks like this. You're describing like what a dwarf would look like in Faerun.
He would be short, maybe braided beard, maybe drinking.
Kind of like this guy.
Like him, yes.
I am not the dwarf you're looking for.
Oh, come on, man. We saw the post. You fit, right? Like, what's the deal? What are we doing? What's the draw? What's here?
You have
ask an awful lot of fucking questions.
I mean, if you don't want our help, then I guess we'll leave. That's fine.
You have a
leave already.
Huh?
You have a job for us?
No, I think I'm here for a job.
Oh, strange.
As this like confusion is happening, Belatox, you're sort of like getting the 21 questions here, and your eyes alight on like a pretty old dwarf. Like, dwarves live a long time, and Homie G looks like his clock is running out soon. You kind of see like his salt and pepper hair has like instead of like white streaks, he has like a couple of black hairs that he seems to be like really hanging on to. Huge bushy eyebrows. Despite his age, he still has a little bit of a spring in his step. But he does carry a cane with him, and he promptly comes up to you and sort of like takes a heavy seat down, pops his cane on the side, and looks at the three of you and says, I recognize you anywhere, Bellatos! It's been a long time.
I kind of like think like, yeah, it's been a long time, like, and I, get this man a beer, come on, let's go, like, but I have no idea who the fuck this guy is, so like, I'm just like, oh yeah, like, I got this, come on guys, like, this is my best friend ever.
The waitress like scurries off to get you another beer. You've been having her run back and forth like quite a bit, and she's like ready on the draw for you. You see Varrin, who is the dwarf you guys are actually looking for. Kind of like give you a once over, and he's like, yes, I haven't seen you since you were, oh my goodness, just a wee little tyke. I remember when you were about yay high. He like motions to about 3 feet shorter than you are now. And he says, your mentor did tell me you were going to be here, I see you brought, friends?
Hello, I'm Zatari. Nice to be meeting you.
A pleasure.
This is Vakas, my friend.
I cross my arms and give them both a good once over and a little huff of hello.
He does not like react to your like rudeness essentially, and he sort of just like gives you a big smile. You can see that like a couple of his like not front teeth, but like a couple of them in the back are missing, and the waitress puts a round of ale in front of you guys. Zatari and Vakas end up taking a seat, and Varrin sort of looks around, make sure it's basically no one can overhear you guys. It's so loud in here. And he goes, well, I see that we have a couple of willing adventurers for this journey. So, I'm Varrin Axebreaker.
Nice to be meeting you.
Yes, very, very nice to be meeting you. He's like a little put off by like how polite you are, and he's like, right, as you may know, my clan has fallen on a bit of hard times, and this is due to, well, our wealth was stolen many years ago, and well, the good news is we found it in a vault. However, the vault is magically locked, and unfortunately, even with Clan Axebreaker's various proficiencies, we have been unable to, well, unlock it. We kind of need this key. And we believe we know who has it.
Oh?
Yes.
So wait. How do we know that the gold wasn't stolen back to the rightful place in the first place? Like how do we know we're not just stealing for you guys? What I need a little bit more backstory here.
Well, it's actually a very interesting story. You see, we once had a member of the clan who was one of our top agents. She rose the ranks, very prestigious, and well, I don't like to admit this lightly, but well, we were double-crossed, and we were able to bring her to justice per se, but she holds secrets that we have still been able to uncover, and she is rotting away in Revel's End. He sort of like blows past that last part really quickly.
Ooh, bad karma.
Interesting.
Wait, so we have to get this baddie?
Well,
Can I make an insight check on whether or not he is lying?
absolutely, do it up.
Ooh, 24.
Nice.
Aaron seems to be on the absolute up and up. He is, as far as in your many years of robbing and talking to people via your fortune telling wagon, you've seen everyone from all kinds of walks of life.
Yes.
This man seems to be not lying, and completely forthcoming. The only thing that you get out of him is that the job is probably much more precarious than he's acting like it is.
Ah, see. Interesting. Okay. I subtly give Vakas a thumbs up, like under the table.
He gives her a sidelong glance and decides to trust her to move forward with these very strange dwarves.
Okay, so what does this mission look like for us specifically?
Well, all I'm asking is you must go to Revel's End. I have arranged passage for you with a trusted ally. You sort of pretend you're a guard or a cook. I have information about that. And well, I just need the key. I don't much care if you can bring the dwarf back, but we do need the key.
Only the key?
Only the key.
So she has the key.
As far as my intelligence indicates, which I have on fairly good authority, is true.
But she's in prison, so don't you think they took the key when she got caught?
Yes, it is that part is a bit of a mystery, is very good, Belitas. See, when we discovered her, we interrogated her. She never revealed the location of any of her stolen fortune or the key. Well, it seems that she has been able to maintain somewhat of her operations from inside the prison. I'm not sure how she does it, but she has means beyond our knowledge.
So do we know what this key looks like?
No.
So you've never seen this key?
No.
We are killing it here, aren't we?
Well, we recommend that you don't kill her, but if you have to, I suppose. But I'm not sure how, however that goes down in Revel's End is up to you. But I'm not sure how kindly they look upon the killing of prisoners, especially a prisoner such as this.
Is something like maybe she has connections in the prison to run her circle?
Very, very possible. Very possible.
Do we have an outline of the prison and maybe what cell she's in from your contacts of the prison?
I am so glad you asked. Actually, yes, we do. And he sort of like pulls out a beautiful sapphire from his robes. He sort of like leans in a little bit and like looks around, and he puts it on the table again, kind of covering it with like his like long robes. And you can see him like thinking a little bit, and you guys see very help of Obi-Wan, your only hope. A hologram pops up, and you guys see a picture or a map of Revel's End, I should say. Give me 1 second while I pull this up for you guys, because it is slightly different than the actual one. Like, come on, where is this?
Zatari's just eyeing that sapphire.
As you're eyeing it, you actually see that it breaks into 3 pieces, and he very quickly passes a piece to each of you, and he goes, "Now, this is not just an ordinary sapphire," and he sort of like gives you like a little waggle of the eyebrows, Zatari, and he says, "This is I've sort of enchanted this to be a little map of Revel's End, and as like the hologram flickers before you, you guys see a full map of Revel's End, as well as an indication that of Prisoner 13's cell. And he sort of like taps the table underneath the spot, and he says, "Yes, Prisoner 13, right here. Now, the difficulty is this is sort of what do they call it? Panopticon or whatever have you, which my sources tell me means that they can see everything going on in this area right here. Also, there is a permanent anti-magic field protecting the prisoners from getting out. So, it's
We
not
cannot
exactly.
do magic all in the prison?
Oh no! I mean, you can do magic in the prison. It's just in the cells there is an anti-magic field. They certainly employ guards that have magic. They employ all types.
I see. Only in the cells.
Yes, only in the cells. Many magic users reside here.
Has anyone tried just talking to the fucking guards and saying, "Hey, bitch got my stuff, give it back"?
Well, that's an excellent question, Bellatos. Unfortunately, when we sort of found and recovered her and interrogated her, I mean, she went with the prison with nothing. I'm saying nothing. We do not. I'll be very honest. I do not know where or what this key is. I just know that she has it.
And what is her background? Like, what is she?
Well, she was a dwarf of the Clan Axebreaker, very unfortunately, and which is why our clan is in ruins now.
What was she magic? Did she hit things?
Oh,
Did she?
I see. Well, He sort of like thinks back. 1 second. Consult me notes here. Well, as far as we know, she was a monk. Such as yourself.
Is it common for monks to betray their clans?
No.
No.
This is,
I roll my eyes. Like, I kind of like just like turn around. Like, my eyes just like, no. We take our vows seriously. And part of that is protecting our clans. Apparently, this one did not take their vows seriously. And, not for nothing, but my dad would have kicked my ass if I pulled that shit. And I ain't playing that game.
Do you know maybe why she betrayed the clan?
Fame, fortune. She was very clever. She rose the ranks quite quickly. And unfortunately spent many years sort of gathering her own network of allies who to some point, are still loyal to her. We still hear of her dealings.
So you mentioned she had people in the prison. Do you know who she's friends with? Does she have a clique in the prison?
Well, my information tells me that she is in a solitary cell. No, she has never been assigned a bunkmate. From what I can sort of infer is they keep her away from the others for fear of her expanding her network. But every so often I do hear of her various minions causing trouble.
Does she have a name?
She does. However, all of the prisoners at Revel's End only go by their numbers. If I reveal the name to you, which I do have, but it may make you slightly more suspicious if you slip up and mention her name.
I think I can handle that.
Oh, very well. Her name is Korda Glintstone.
Can you spell that?
Yes, absolutely. And he sort of like writes it, like spells it for you on the table. And in the side chat, I have posted it.
I can never seem to find the fucking side chat. Like, it pops up on my things, but like, I don't know where it went. Oh, open chat.
It is the elusive chat for sure.
So you are having allies within the prison?
Well, I have a ally who has prepared a boat to take you, and she will be waiting for you to return. However, there is no one currently implanted at the prison. This is sort of well, to be very frank, and Bellitas, I'm sure you understand, Clan Axebreaker does not want to be associated with this, break-in. Your discretion is very much appreciated.
So, you said at the beginning of this, Varrin, when you were first explaining that you had some people in the prison to get us jobs, but you're saying that's not the case.
Oh, well, yes, my ally has, she sort of, pilots the ship that takes, the new guards or cooks or whatever have you. So, yes, I can funnel you in, but once you are inside, you will not have any allies.
We are on our own.
I see.
Correct.
So can you please confirm what we will be getting if we complete this mission?
Yes, absolutely. He sort of like takes out like a long scroll and he's like, it is by our estimation that, he's sort of like, you guys just see like dwarven runes so small on this scroll, just sort of like detailing a bunch of stuff. He like goes to the end and he's sort of like, yes, it appears here that the fortune that will be unlocked by this magical key will, one, gain us access to Gauntlgrim, which holds about, 8 lifetimes worth of gold. This is dwarven lifetimes, just so we're clear. Now, let's see. He kind of like pulls out like some reading glasses that are like impossibly tiny. Let's see. And 2% will be awarded to any adventurer who is successful in this mission, which equals about 60,000 apiece.
2%?
2% of the entire fortune, which, like I said, 60,000 gold apiece.
I don't know. This seems very dangerous. What about the 5%?
He sort of gets like really flustered at that. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check, Zatari.
Persuasion. Okay. Oh no, it's not great. It's a 13.
He sort of stammers a little bit into his beard, and he reads over his like little sheet for a little bit longer, and he goes, yes, well, I carried the 4. Well, I suppose if you are very adamant, I can offer you 3%.
3%?
How about one tick up to 4%?
Okay, go ahead and
To make it worth our while.
Make a persuasion check, Marcus.
Oh no.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. 14.
14?
Yeah, 11 plus 3.
He like gives like a long like look at Belitas, and he's like, then I know the dwarves I know the dwarves love to haggle, but geez, these newcomers, what are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna come in on the tail end of this, and I just rolled a dirty 20.
Nice.
Saying,
Nice.
you know, and kind of like lay into it, like, you know, the order can use the money. You know, we're on cornmeal now, not fucking like we need some fish, and like my people need some fish, man.
He sort of like rolls up his scrolls. You're really busting my balls on this one, you guys. But okay, I tell you what.
Breaking into a prison with no one on the inside, going in practically blind, is very dangerous. And what happens if we get this key and it leads to nothing? Will you guarantee some gold after that, or?
Oh, we're very certain that the key will open the fortune to Gontogrim. I'll tell you what. If no harm comes to Prisoner 13, 5%.
Oh, no harm to Prisoner 13, 5%.
And she stays in the prison. We just bring out the key. Okay.
You know, to be frank, I don't care if she stays in the prison or not. Key, and she's alive, 5%.
Okay. If we leave her in the prison, what proof do you want to show that she's still alive?
He thinks about it for a second, and he's like, I will need a written
do you have
letter
something
in her own
do
hand.
you have something we could leave with her to communicate with you?
He sort of like looks around his pockets, and he's like, oh, darn, I forgot my speaking stone in my other robes. A simple letter stating her full name will be fine. And he sort of waggles his eyebrows, and he says, her full dwarven name. It is much longer than the one I gave you.
But if she writes that on a letter and the letter is stolen from us, that wouldn't be good, because then someone will know that it's your clan that was stolen from. So wouldn't we have her put her prisoner name instead?
This is a good point. However you wish to prove that she is still alive, I will sort of have to, trust you, Belitas. I am trusting you.
I'm just curious why you still want her alive.
Well, she may have more information one day. We're not
I am
sure.
very trustworthy.
Ow, you little fuck.
Uh, she may have more information about Gauntlgrim. We're unsure what lies within since it has been lost for so many years.
And you're not related to her at all, are you?
Oh no, I am an Axebreaker. Well, she is a Glintstone. It's a subtle difference. She is just merely part of the clan, where I'm part of the bloodline. It's a dwarven thing. Listen. It would take a very long time, much more time than we have in this tavern, to describe our entire family tree. I mean, maybe Bellatos can tell you more about it on the 3-day boat ride trip over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look at Vakas and say, well, I think it's pretty good deal. What do you think?
I look at her and I shrug my shoulders and say, yep, I think we can do this. So when do we head out?
Well, my agent Bethra is waiting for you at the Jolly Pelican, the boat, and she will take you from there.
Bella, are you going to join us?
No, for I am very old.
No, Bellatas, not Varrin.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
I thought you'd never ask.
One more thing. Could we maybe possibly get a little bit of gold up front? Just in case?
Go ahead and make another persuasion check.
Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully this works.
Okay, 19.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, I don't carry a ton of gold on me, but yes, if you need supplies or whatever have you, he sort of brings out like a small purse, and passes it to you. You quickly take a look inside. It looks like it's about like 100 gold.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes.
And I just wanted him to pay the barbell.
Yes, of course. I will. They will put it on my tab, and I wouldn't worry about it too much. The waitress knows me. He sort of like waves, and you guys see that the waitress like gives like a really saucy like wave back, like this guy's in here way too much, but he pays his bill, and I have to put up with him.
On our way out, I bump into the waitress and slip her a couple extra gold and wink at her as we walk out.
She she doesn't notice at first, and as you sort of like look back to like check on her as you come out, she gives you like a huge grin and like gives you an enthusiastic wave as you guys leave the tavern.
I'm going to split the gold 50-50, unless, was this supposed to be for Bellatos as well, or just for me and Vakas? I mean, know.
He gave it to the three of you in front of you as like a team. So I mean,
I split 33 gold for each of us.
There you go.
Nice.
So as you guys leave the inn, it's a hustle and bustling city. It's a pretty large city, not as big as like Baldur's Gate or anything, but there's lots of like people on the docks. You guys see a lot of ships that are kind of like packing up. You could basically buy just about anything you wanted to in this town, since it is a like a port city. So if you guys need supplies or anything, you guys are basically free to wander around before you get on the Jolly Pelican.
Mm.
And he sort of indicated that Bethra would not leave until you guys boarded this evening.
Okay. So
I would like to look for. What about you, Vakas?
So we already have like equipment that we picked out, like just in general.
Mhm.
So like, what else would we be allowed to like get? Like, how does going and getting something and using gold work?
So basically, you like, let's say for instance, Velitas was like, "Oh, I particularly want like a magical item," right? So you would just say, I'm gonna look for like some kind of enchanter or armor or blacksmith or whatever have you, for whatever particular item you're trying to look for. Since you already have basic stuff, it's more just like, what kind of like fancy gear would you get to break into a prison to? Let your imagination go
Mhm.
wild. You only have like 33 gold each, but you know, if you wanted to pool your money to get something like more wild, you could.
Hmm. Could I buy like an animal friend to like take with me and like sneak in? Like, I want to buy like a tarantula.
Sure, you could definitely do that.
Cool.
Speaking of animal friends, Zatari, your Delphi is stabled nearby, and you have sort of like uh, have your wagon sort of shut up there magically as well. Um,
Okay.
it's you may have to make arrangements for Delphi because it is going to be cold as hell, as the Nine Hells up in the Revel's End area, and you are
Yes,
gonna go ahead.
find a stable and maybe a place to park the wagon. In meantime, I would pay for renting the spot and for lodging for Delphi.
And yeah, if you wanted to buy a tarantula, you could certainly do
Yeah.
so.
Would
All
I
right.
know, would I know anyone from this town? Maybe any criminal contacts I could
Oh,
have?
sure. Go ahead and roll. Bellatos and Zatari, you guys can roll history or investigation checks, whichever is better for you.
None
Mine
of
is
the
the
above.
You're
same.
like, none of them.
Roll 20 or
Ooh.
Woo!
22.
I rolled a 4.
Okay.
Oof.
Bellatos, it's been a hot minute since you've been here, so you're sort of like, I don't know. Um, but
I know
Zatari,
everyone in this town.
yeah, Zatari, this, you know this town like the back of your hand. This is a, like I said, this is a big port town. You can come here and get all kinds of stuff. And in your like back in the day with Ahima, you guys would kind of capture like strange little creatures and like bring them to sell. So you do actually know of like exotic pet shop, where people basically sell like familiars. And as Vakas mentions a spider, you're reminded of one of these shops. It's not that far from here.
So, Zatari, do you know, since you're so familiar with this town, where I could find animal wares that would have perhaps a tarantula friend?
Oh boy, do I! I know
Oh,
just the place. I
perfect.
also want to meet with a friend. I would really love to buy maybe possibly a smoke grenade. I think could maybe come in handy.
Absolutely. Bellitas, anything in particular you're looking for?
No.
All right.
Just coming along for the ride. Cool.
Next.
So as you guys sort of make your way through the town, it's... Go ahead, Zatari.
It's just being dumb. Making our way downtown.
Oh yeah, every time. That happens on all of my games. So as you guys are going, it is hustling and bustling. Even August, this almost actually reminds you of Ravnica, of how busy it is. And you feel kind of at peace because for one of the first times that you've been in Torel, no one is giving you like a ton of like sideways glances. You do stick out even to diverse areas and stuff, but you guys are sort of just able to like weave on through. Bellitas in the rear and Zatari in the front, sort of seemingly knowing her way throughout wherever you guys are going, and you guys end up in a interesting little area. Definitely not where you thought you guys were gonna go. Zatari kind of like leads you through a bunch of like weird like back alleys, and eventually you guys come to a shop that you're fairly certain used to maybe look a little nicer, but it does have a sign out front, and it just says familiars outside.
Here is the place. They sell
Okay.
many things, many different types of creatures. I think you will find what you are looking for here.
Thank you. And I quickly step past the group and emerge into the store.
I will follow.
Perfect. So you guys go in, and you guys are met with a very distinct smell of animal. There's definitely animals in here. As you guys sort of enter, it's fairly dark, and you hear all kinds of like chittering and squawking and just general ribble rabble of various creatures. You guys see cages and crates of like various sizes. Some have like fabric kind of thrown over them, or and some are sort of like in the window on like display. You guys see birds, you guys see different things. You do see a little spider section that seemed to be behind some sort of magical glass area, all different kinds. You guys hear a bizarre buzzing and a fairly stout woman comes from out the back. She has long, disheveled blonde hair. She's pretty stout, with very large, pointy ears. And she kind of like bangs on the counter, and you guys see like a little, well, not a little, a large pig come out from around the counter and just like onto the rug in front, and she goes, "Now, Hilda, you know how I feel about you lounging in front of guests. Okay, well, who do we have here?" And she gives you like an award-winning smile, and you see like one silver tooth in the front, and she's like, "Well, do my eyes deceive me, or is that Zatari? I recognize you in that form. Come on, get in here, girl."
Also, good to see you. I give her a big hug. Long time no see.
Oh, it's been so long. And how's Ahima?
Oh, she is very good. Yes, yes. She has retired, living up the life.
Oh, well, that lucky son of a bitch. And who are your friends here? I haven't seen this one. What a tall glass of water.
Yes, this is Bacchus. He is looking for a spider.
Oh.
I smile warmly at her and say, "Yes, I'm looking for a new friend, but it looks like you have quite a few characters in here." And I take a glance. I take in each animal to see, what am I trying to say? So I can magically assume the shape of any beast that I've seen before. So I try and lock in on any and all of the
spend some time just like looking at each of the animals. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, just kind of take in to see which creature she has running amok in her store.
Awesome.
You have quite a collection here.
Oh, well, the fine folks bring me some very fine beasts, and I pay handsomely, and I find them their homes, and, some of them are working creatures, and, who was this here? And, Bellatos, as her eyes, light on you, you realize that this is just, a very friendly, thick elf. Which is fairly uncommon for you to see a larger elf, but here she is.
She's so cute. I love her.
Aww.
I blush when she looks at me.
This is Bellator. He is a co-worker.
Oh,
Say
well.
hi.
Absolutely charm, my good sir. And she holds out her hand, which you see has hella rings on it.
How do you do, good ma'am?
And he's so polite. Oh, well, take your time. I got nothing better to do. She sort of pulls up a stool and begins looking over sort of her paper she has on her desk, humming to herself a little bit.
I'm watching her, but trying not to be a creeper, very aware of that. But I'm watching her.
I go over to the pig and I start talking to the pig hello, long time no see. You look so good. You are so round and fuzzy.
The pig is very happy to see you. Yes, he is much bigger than when you last saw him. He is he's pretty large now. He's definitely over 200 pounds. His name is Benny. And he sort of snuffles at your feet a little bit, and
I give him some cookies I have in my pocket.
He laps it up. The shopkeeper's name is Maisy, and every so often she'll look up at Bellatos and just give him a smile, and then go back to her thing. She seems pretty unperturbed that you guys are just in the shop chilling. Zatari has been here enough that you guys basically have the run of the show. Vakis, how long do you want to look at the animals for?
Yeah, not very long. I mean, I finish up and I take note of the creepy crawlies behind the glass, and I ask Maisy, so where do these spiders hail from? What are their personalities? Who do you have over here?
Oh, well, okay, let's see here. Well, was there a particular kind of spider you were looking for? Because I got, she's I got the daddy spiders, and you see just unlike our daddy long legs in the real world, you see very large with insanely long, spindly legs, black and white striped, and they almost seem to have like little glasses and like mustaches on their faces. They're pretty big, and they're just sort of like perched. And then you'll see them like kind of like do a little dance with the other ones, and then kind of back away. You do see some tarantulas of like various colors, and she's like, well, you see here, the fur will indicate what kind of temperature they like. So you see here, this one's like a forest one, this one's like a fire tarantula. I got an ice one over here.
I take a step closer and I notice there's one very shy one off in the corner, trying to hide under half of a log, just kind of looking and surveying the other spiders as they dance around her. And I hold out my hand to see if she'll come my way.
Yeah, roll an animal handling check.
Oh, whew. Well, not the greatest, but not the worst. 15.
Okay.
Hey, good.
You see that the tarantula is a little shy, but I believe Vakis can speak to beasts, right?
I know druidic. Is that the same?
Oh, you have beast sense. Not beast speech. Different. So you try and like whisper it a little in druidic, to varying degree, but you do see that she kind of like puts a little leg out, and you see that she is purple, which is a color that you don't see. She seems to be the only purple one. And Maisy sort of like pops her head over, and she goes, oh, well, that is an elusive one right there. She's very shy. She didn't really take to too many strangers, but a very rare spider indeed.
I let her inspect my hand and give her a little comfortable place to sit, and I kind of have a little moment and think to myself that I've met the only one that I can trust in this party. And so I go, yes, I think I will take her. And so I turn to Maisy and ask how much for the purple tarantula, and I ask if she has a name. Or I guess, I don't know, can I find out, can she tell me her name? Like, in a way?
Yeah, you have beast sense, so let me just see what that is. Okay. Which is touch. So you touch a willing beast, you can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action. So I'll say this: as she gingerly crawls into your palm, you hear a very small voice in your head, and at first you're like, who said that? And then the voice gets slightly louder. Hello?
Can I talk back?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooh. Hi. What is your name?
Oh, no one's asked me my name in so long. Osan.
Osan, you have such beautiful purple hair. It's so lovely to meet you.
She does like a little twirl in your hand, and she goes, oh, thank thank you. Wait, are are we are we gonna are you gonna take me away from here? It's not that I don't. It's not that Miss Maisy is mean. It's just there's a lot of other spiders in there, and they don't understand me.
Well, if you would like to come with me, I would love your help. My friends and I are trying to go on a mission where I will need a very trustworthy tiny friend, and I think you would be the perfect entity to join me if you would like.
Oh, and after where will we go?
Oh, it's going to be very, very adventurous. And I would protect you along the way. I would make sure nothing ever happens to you. But I need you to be my eyes and ears in this big. Can she understand like what I'm talking about when I say like prison and stuff like that? Like how smart or dumb is she?
Unbeknownst to you, but you have actually picked out a basically like a telepathy-based like spider, which is why she is rare indeed. So that's why she can talk to you. And it will. She is slightly smarter than the average spider. So she's probably like heard words and stuff like from Maisy. But she can't like read per se.
Okay.
And when you guys are talking, like it's words in your head, but it's probably like if someone else was to hear your conversation in your head, it would probably be a little bit more like emotions and like vague concepts. But to you, you guys are sort of working on like more of a telepathic bond.
Okay. Okay, then I communicate to her this hidden place that is dark and sneaky, kind of like a big cave with people sneaking in and out of it to hold bad things. But I will keep her safe from all of the bad things.
She sort of like you kind of like communicate this to her, and you feel like a beat, and then she goes, I like the dark. Okay. Alright, I could go for an adventure.
Love her so much. Okay. So I
welcome to D&D. Immediately gets familiar. This is it. This is the whole thing right here.
She's perfect.
It's fine though. It's fine. Okay, so I nestle her in like up onto my shoulder where she crawls like halfway under my collar and peeps out where she's barely noticeable. And I go to Maisy and I say, how much for my new spider friend?
Oh, okay, well, let's see here now. Oh, yes, I see. You did bond with that nice purple one there. Now, and she like pulls out like a giant dusty tome, like, and she sort of like blows off the dust. Benny sneezes, and oh, bless you, Benny.
Poor Benny.
And she like opens up the tome, and she's like, spiders. Okay, here we go. Yes, I see. Okay, yes, a telepathic spider. Oh, that is very rare indeed. Well, judging by where I got her, how long she's been here, 15 gold?
Is the friend's discount?
Oh, okay.
Maisy?
Of course. Twisting my arm, this one all the time. 10 gold.
Oh, look at you, Vaka, so popular with the ladies.
I chuckle and tell Maisy, yes, 10
Fantastic.
gold.
You
Here
hand
you go.
over 10 gold.
Yes.
Uh,
Seems like a fair price.
seems like a very fair price. Absolutely. That
Yes.
friend's discount was pumping.
That was. Good work, Zatari.
Thank you so much, Maisy.
Absolutely my pleasure. Now, you and your very sweet friend here, you come back anytime. And then she sort of like looks over at Bellatos and she goes, now, you know where my little store is in the city. Anytime you come by, I'll help you out with whatever you need. And she like gives you like a wink and a knowing smile.
Ooh la la.
I
Maisy's
walk
very
away kind of
friendly.
embarrassed, very red, like
I
Barely
roll my
said
eyes
anything.
at Bellatos
Like,
and walk out.
like I'm just like so fucking embarrassed. Like, oh my god, like she caught me looking at her. Like, oh my god, I've never seen a portly elf before. It's even more beautiful. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? I think I'm in love.
You're like, I must survive this mission so I can come back and see her.
Pretty much. She doesn't know it. We're gonna have little dwarven elven babies.
Oh, so cute.
Benny's gonna become an uncle. Like, Benny was also very keen on you while you were in there. He definitely licked your boots a couple times and and seemed to think you were doing good. You were okay in his book. So you got the Benny seal of approval. As you guys leave the store, you basically see that you're in sort of like the not the like upper crust area of the town. It's more of like the mom and pop stores that kind of sell more niche things. So it's going to be a lot of stores that have various stocks, such as Maisy. Like Maisy clearly only specializes in pets that are familiars. Like you didn't see any cats or dogs in there. It was just animals that you could use if you were an adventurer.
Nice.
Can I maybe head to more of the more shady part of town and look for a friend that could give me a smoke bomb?
Oh yes. So Zatari, you again make your way expertly through the thing. You guys go even deeper into the town.
Oh, by the way,
go ahead.
has it been over an hour by now?
Oh, it has been it's been just about an hour. So if you guys want to break in like 5 minutes, we absolutely can.
Well, I would recast disguise self then.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'll just say like in things like that where like you have something like disguise self is up. Is this disguise self is a cantrip or is it a spell slot?
It's a spell slot, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Okay, so you only have 3 of those?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can really only be out for 3 hours in this form. So I'll say by the time you get to the next shop, you have to like recast again in an alleyway before you enter into the next shop.
Okay. So you kind of see Zatari stop for a second and then like kind of wave her hands in a certain way, and then she like adjusts her clothing a little bit and then continues on forward.
Nice.
I lean over to Vakis and I'm like, what just happened? Did you see that? Like I think they like raised in and out of like, what are you? And I look at Zatari and I just ask, like, what are you?
It's a very rude question, you know.
Look, you started it by just flashing all over the place right here in the alley, right in front of me.
I chuckle to myself and stand back to watch these two haggle it out.
I have done no such thing.
Okay then. I believe you.
Insight check.
Go do it up. Balatas, you can make a deception check against that if you like.
Ooh, I got 23.
Wow.
I got 21.
21.
That's amazing. So Balatas, you're definitely suspicious, but you have no proof, and she seems, I mean, her form seems fine now, so maybe it was just a trick of the light or something.
Look, Zatari. I'm watching you.
We are co-workers. We must trust each other to get through this mission. There should be no doubt.
Look. You won't even tell me what you are. So who's not trusting him?
I am human. What else could I be?
I just,
I push them kind of farther apart because they're starting to step a bit closer to each other as they're arguing. Look, guys. Let's get, Zatari's horse taken care of, and after that, why don't we sit down, have a little lunch, or not lunch? What time is it in the day?
It's gonna be like sunset-y soon.
Okay.
So dinner time.
Why don't we get some dinner and then we can get to know each other a bit better? How about that?
How about I just eat my rations and pop a squat under this tree?
Okay, you can do that. We can meet you later. I'm going to go and buy some things I think will be useful for infiltrating the prison, okay?
Okay.
I guess I'll come with.
Okay, you can if you want to. I won't stop you. But we should be friends, Bellatos. You and I, we are not too much different, I think. We can be friends, yes?
Sure.
So trusting.
I'm going to wink at him, and then I'm going to continue to look for my friend.
So eventually... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Bellatas.
No, I was just gonna roll my eyes and follow Zatari, keeping a close eye on Balatas to see if he is going to slink away.
Wonderful.
No, I follow because, I really think that, y'all are gonna fucking leave me. And I know I can't do it alone. So I'm, begrudgingly,
Nice. Nice.
Kind of, pissed off that my mentor made me fucking do this. And
then instead I pat you on the back a couple times, jokingly, and give you a little shove as we continue to walk behind Zatari.
I'm going to give a knowing look to the cast and just, waggle my eyebrows a little bit.
So how do you two know each other?
We've for a few months. The cast became my friend. He came seeking advice, and I gave him some advice, and he liked me so much he stayed around to be my friend and a travel companion.
Do you guys share a bed sack?
No. My tastes are outside of this one's territory. And I make sure to check in on, what did you call her name? Osan?
Osan.
Osan.
Yeah.
Osan?
Osan. Osan.
Oh,
right, Osan.
Yeah.
Osan. The spider Osan.
I don't have much
up my mommy.
I don't have much time for romance. But I do know one thing, that Zatari has come through for me so far that I've known her.
We are good friends. Yes, yes.
Look,
Let's
it's day one.
5.
We're all a little on edge. I just, this is all new for me. I've been in the monastery for a couple of years now, really, and I guess maybe I'm a little overwhelmed.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a big world out there. Take it
Yes.
from me, I was holed up for quite a while until I broke free.
Oh, I was there by choice. I didn't have to break free.
Well, lucky you.
Do you have many friends?
What are friends? No. I do. I have a couple of the initiates who were started at the monastery the same time I did, and we trained together, and so that is a bond. It's kind of like a brother in arms type of thing where we learn the monkey ways, the monkish ways, whatever the fuck.
Yes, yes. Good way to make friends.
Yeah.
Bonding can happen in many different ways.
Well, my master thought it was time for me to see the world a little bit more, and that's why I'm here. And really, liking what I see so far. Besides the fact that, it's different.
Yeah, that
very
Maisy
much-
will definitely cheer up your day.
Maisy is
We get it.
beautiful.
Maisy seemed to really like you.
Did she?
Yes, indeed.
I go like full on like teenage boy. Like, do you really think she liked me? Did she ask about me after I walked out the door?
All right, enough of this. Let's move on and get this horse taken care of so we can get some food. I'm hungry.
Well, before we take care of Delphi, I need to buy a smoke bomb from a friend over here. This way.
Okay.
So you guys continue your way deeper and deeper into the city. As the sun kind of like begins to set, you guys finally come to the store that Zatari says her friend works at, and it has in a quite fancy for a shop on this road, in like very fancy script, Bertrand's bombs, and then a little like picture of like dynamite and like a bomb as like the logo a little bit.
Oh, Bertrand.
Yes, this is the place. I go inside.
So inside it smells heavily of powder and sort of like fumes. Kind of a good smell, but at the same time, it smells explosive in here. You guys see that the store is very well stocked with just about everything that goes boom. And behind the counter, you actually see a pretty large fellow, and very distinctly he seems to have horns that he has shaved down quite a bit. And even though everything in this store seems to be if it even a stray flame would come by, he is smoking a cigar.
Oh no.
Shopkeep, smoking is bad for you and your shop.
Who is that? Oh, it is little Zatari.
It's
Come
me.
on in. Come on in, my favorite customer.
You know you should not be smoking in this shop, you know. It is very bad.
Zatari, I tell you many times, I'm very magical. And like he puts out the like giant cigar. This is the guy essentially looks like Hellboy, and you guys do see that he is a tiefling. And he's a deep red. He seems to have covered a lot of his red skin with like various like tattoos and stuff. He is all in all very intimidating. Belitas, go ahead and give me just a general insight check on this guy.
Hell yeah.
18.
Just by being at the monastery and knowing how like muscles and stuff work, this guy is not he is not at the gym working on his fitness. He's just blessed with he is a big dude and
What about like his tattoos? Do any of them like indicate like he's from a certain clan or anything like that?
You see that some of the tattoos are of like runes that you would maybe recognize. You can kind of see a little bit of different styles, just kind of indicating that he's very well traveled. But none that would like indicate a guild or anything like that.
Okay.
But
He's
very
just
well
been
traveled.
around everywhere,
Yeah.
like, you know. Does he seem worn? Like a worn man? Like just like he's seen some shit?
You would say that just by his demeanor and his the way that he sort of like greets Atari, he is probably had this shop for several years, but that possibly in his youth he was a bit of a fighter.
So he's in his retirement job now, making things blow up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He found his passion, which is making things go boom.
Like so many of us.
Yeah. Little Zatari, what you looking for today?
I am looking for smoke bombs.
Your favorite. Okay, I have some for you, just for you, my favorite customer. And who are your friends? New friends. Where is Ahima?
Yima has retired. I have taken over for her.
Good for her.
Yes, she is living up the life. Lots of savings. This is my new friend Vakas. He is very handsome and tall. And this is a co-worker, Belatos. I have just met him, so I don't know much about him, but he is a dwarf, and he seems pretty cool so far.
I nod at our new friend.
He regards both of you with just like a, okay, friends of the Dari, friends of me. Very good. I gave you fair price. No stealing.
No stealing, only between friends. How many smoke bombs do you have today?
Let's see. For you, my best customer. Let's see. He sort of like goes over to like a random spot in the store, starts like pulling out random crates and stuff. And he's like, I got let's see, 3?
3. How much you will give me for 3?
Well, let me check my ledger. You know, the wife, she get on my ass about too many discounts, so 1 second here.
For a little sister, you give good discounts?
Well,
Ma'am!
let us see here, for all 3, now normally Zatari, you know, 100 gold a piece, but for you, my best customer, 100 gold for all 3.
100 gold? Hmm.
These are very dangerous. Make it go boom. Get you in a lot of trouble, little Zatari.
Yes, I don't know if I could afford all three. Maybe, how much is two?
For two, for little sister. He sort of thinks about it.
I take a deep breath, and I look at Zatari, and I said, I'm supposed to trust you, right? I'll give you my gold. So I have, 33 gold or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Gold?
And you can, if that helps you get all three.
Oh, such kindness. I believe with 33, let me see, let me do some math. So I have 48 gold, but I would need some gold for taking care of Delphi, so plus 33, 48 plus 33 is 81. Oh, still would not be enough. So maybe how much would be two?
For two, I give you big discount, 50 gold.
50 gold? Okay. If Bellatos is helping, I think I could do 50 gold.
Yeah, let's split it.
Oh, thank you so much, Bellatos. So kind. You will have good karma going forward, good fortune I see in your future.
Believe little Zatari when she say good fortune. She tell me where I can meet my wife. We very happy. 35 years this winter. Only the smoke bombs?
I think so. And well, do you have any deals on anything else?
Yeah, well, let us see. I got some, got a stick of dynamite here.
Oh, dynamite.
Yes. Only 10 gold for dynamite. Very basic. You light it up, you throw it, boom. Let's see here. And I have, he sort of looks around and he goes, I do have one, bomb? And he puts it in quotations, and then he's like, now, this is how you say, relic? Unsure if it, actually will go boom? But, if you buy dynamite, I give you for 3 gold.
Ooh. I step in and ask if I can have the dynamite and the questionable bomb for a total of 10 gold.
He sort of looks at you and he goes, go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Zatari. Fox.
Can I help?
Yes, absolutely. Roll with advantage about this.
Okay.
I wink at the shopkeep.
Wheeling and dealing, babies.
Nice. Well, I got a 5.
Well,
2 plus
with
3.
advantage?
But advantage, I roll again?
Yeah.
You
Roll again, take the higher.
Whew.
I was like, whoa.
Oh, I rolled a 1
That shit
the
sucks.
second time.
No! Wait, you rolled a perception check. That's not a persuasion.
Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, so the first one was 7. The second. Okay, well, 14 total. So 8 plus 6.
I'm watching them struggle and kind of laughing, and I'm like, I guess I need to go all in on this. So I'm gonna roll our persuasion. Oh, I rolled perception.
Everyone's like, perception. Like I said, it's a questionable bomb.
I rolled a 15 to try to help. Like, you know,
Look,
really
we would be doing you a favor by taking the questionable bomb off of your hands. Who knows if it sits in your shop, it could, set off a chain reaction and you wouldn't know. We would be taking this and doing you a favor.
Oh,
yes, we'll tell you how cool it is when we set it off.
You can see that just like randomly he has like relit the cigar and is puffing the cigar like super close to the bomb. He's like, okay, fine. You twisted my arm. I give you questionable bomb just because I'm afraid it might blow up my shop. Takes a big old drag of the cigar and he goes, 10 gold.
All right,
the
I
dynamite.
hand over the last of my gold.
You now have one questionable bomb and a stick of dynamite.
Hell yeah.
Can I get the shopkeeper's name?
Bertrand.
Bertrand!
That name sounds familiar. I think.
Thank you so much, Bertrand! You help so much!
Very welcome, my little Zatari. I tell Luiana that you will stop by. You come to reunion anniversary this winter. I see you there. I see a Hema.
Yes, I will bring a Hema. Give your wife my love. Thank you so much. This will help me very much.
Good luck. And he's again still just puffing on the cigar. And as you guys leave the store, a very tinkling sweet bell like plays as you guys like leave. For all intents and purposes, this is the nicest store on the street.
I make my own luck.
It is. The sun is starting to set, so.
Who don't you know? Zatari.
I know everyone in this town.
I rolled nat 20. I know everyone in this town.
Pretty much.
You need something to know a guy.
I know a guy is the best. Anything else you guys want to explore for? Like I said, this town probably has it.
I need to go to the temple and pray before we leave.
Okay.
I will also find a good stable for Delphi and a place to park my wagon.
Perfect. Which would you guys like to do first? And Bacchus, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna leave you guys to go pray. Like, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I'm going to, it's sunset, it's sacred time.
Yeah.
I'll meet you guys back. We'll have dinner at the place, whatever.
Okay.
Meet us back at the Cutlass Inn. Okay.
Yes.
And I need to go and get like a better disguise for. Are we going to talk about like our disguises for getting into the prison, or are we just going to wear what we're wearing? I guess I can.
So Varrin did mention that you would basically be given uniforms on the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I stick with Zatari. Well, no, I just head straight to wherever we're meeting to eat and let Zatari go off and table.
Yeah, you at the inn.
Awesome. So, Bellatos goes off to find the Temple for the Way of the Hand monastery. Every sort of like larger city like this has a sort of like religious section of the city. It's typically located in the same place just so that people who are coming and going can find it pretty easy. So even though you're not super familiar with Luskan, you understand how to get to a temple, and you do also notice a couple of signs. You get there just after dark, essentially, and you enter a very large stone building. It's fairly plain. It's very reminiscent of the rock that your own monastery is built out of. And you can see in the front area various monks are like training. You see a couple of them as you enter inside are praying, and yeah, you basically have the run of the place. They recognize your tattoos, and you are greeted with a head nod by whoever you pass. You are in your element.
And I greet with whatever, pomp and respect or whatever, and do my thing quickly and make my way out of there. Just want to make sure that I'm fully mind prepped and meditated to go take on whatever the fuck we're about to take on.
You leave the monastery feeling slightly rejuvenated, even though your two compatriots are kind of shifty. But you sort of center yourself and remember that if your mentor sent you on this mission, that it's definitely serving a higher purpose, and that he asked you because he trusts you and knows that you're going to get the job done regardless of who your companions are. And you really are you focus on what the money would do for the monastery and what good you would have on it. So
pretty much.
You make your way back to the Cutlass Inn, and we're going to cut to Zatari. You kind of meander your way back to the sort of stable area that you had hitched your wagon to. The stable area is actually kind of a little bit even farther out, kind of towards the beginning of the town. They don't want every horse and buggy going through the streets because it kind of clogs up the roads, and also is kind of a mess after a while. You can only hire so many wizards to clean up after the horses. You had sort of left Delphi at a sort of park it, not overnight parking, and so you take some time to look for a more suitable arrangement for Delphi. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Investigation. Not very good.
Ooh.
No.
Yikes.
7.
The dice are not our friends today. Good lord.
Unless we're trying to know people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So you sort of look around, and you start asking around, and you realize that a lot of the nicer places are already kind of full up for the evening. So you settle on one that looks clean, and the other horses look well taken care of. You see a gnomish woman at the front, who is seems to be, she has a ledger in front of her, and she calls out to you, "Can I help you, miss?"
Yes, I am looking to board a pony.
Yes. Let's see here. I do believe this is a Shetland pony. Oh, wonderful. Very nice. What is your pony's name?
Delphi?
Wonderful. And how long will he be staying, or she, sorry, excuse me, be staying with us?
It is a female pony. I'm not quite sure. I think maybe, possibly a couple of days. What is the rate for boarding a pony?
Well, let's see. It is 3 gold a day. And then she sort of like looks over at your wagon and is like, and it is an extra gold for the wagon. This is to provide safety for the wagon and of course shelter and food for the pony. Uh, and
Okay.
And if you take a little longer than the several days you have indicated, we just keep it on your tab. However, after 30 days, you forfeit the pony.
Oh, it would take 30 days, but maybe let me see. So 4 times. Maybe I could do. Maybe I could prepay for 5 days. If I return before the 5 days, could I get a refund?
Yes, absolutely. That is fine with us. We run a clean establishment here. Okay. And she sort of like holds out her hand for the gold.
Okay, so 5 days for my pony and my wagon would be 20 gold. So here you go.
Excellent. Okay. And she sort of like takes like a obscenely long feather quill from the side of the desk and starts like writing. And what was your name, dear?
My name is Zatari.
Zatari. Okay. And race?
You could put human.
She looks up and then says, "Of course, human." And she sort of like nods and rips off like a piece of the ledger and says, "Now make sure you return with this here receipt, and Delphi will be just fine." You see Delphi sort of like and like paws at the ground, and you see the goblin woman come out from around, and she sort of like reaches up as high as she possibly can and starts like petting Delphi, and she goes, "Now there." And Delphi seems to calm down like a little bit, but she doesn't love being away from you.
Yeah. I would go and give Delphi a hug and say, "Be good, my pony. I won't be long. I promise. I will come back and I will have many, many pieces of gold and I will give you the best oats you can imagine. And lots of apples and many things you will love, okay?"
Seems to be satisfactory for Delphi. Thank you for your business, Zatari. I will see you soon. And she sort of just like waves you off and leads Delphi and the wagon back to like her little area that she has. You kind of watch for a minute, and you do see that Delphi is like led to like basically like the female side of the stables. They obviously like keep them separate for reasons. And then you also see that your wagon is sort of like locked up in like a big barn area. Everything looks pretty upfront to you. So while it's not like the Ritz-Carlton or anything, it's sufficient.
Good. Okay, I feel very confident my things will be safe. I will head back to the inn.
All right. And do you recast Disguise Self?
It would probably be wearing off about now, so yes, I will use my last spell slot for the day. Hopefully I won't need it. But yes, I will recast Disguise Self.
You recast Disguise Self, and you make your way back to the Cutlass Inn.
Making my way.
Yep.
Downtown.
You whistle to yourself as you're entering downtown. as you come back into the Cutlass Inn, you see Bellitas and Vakas are at like a little side table. They seem to have ordered some food, and they motion over to you when you return.
Hello. I have taken care of business.
Wonderful. Welcome back. Pull up a chair and have some food.
Okay. What are we eating? What is on the menu?
You know, I didn't think I would find some good grub here, but they have a pretty decent turkey leg with some gravy and fresh green beans here.
Sounds tasty.
It is.
Waitress, I would like the main menu special and 1 pint of ale, please.
Oh, right away,
when the
darling.
waitress comes over, I wink at her just to continue the friendliness between us both.
She gives you a big smile as before. She definitely recognizes you as you stand out entirely between everyone. You guys, the plates are like insanely massive, and like turkey leg is a little misleading. This is unless the turkey was like a monstrously sized turkey. It's like massive.
Like
and like everything is like swimming in gravy and butter. Bellitas is already on his second plate. Doesn't get a ton of like fresh meat or vegetables like this often, and like it's pretty good. It's a little salty, but it's not bad.
Nice. Now what?
So you guys finish your meal, and once you're kind of like full and ready to rock, you guys end up making your way down to the pier. And making our way to the piers. And you guys know that the ship is called the Jolly Pelican. You sort of like go down the line and you're like looking for the ships. You come across a fairly small vessel. It looks a little worse for wear, but it seems to be like battle hardened a little bit. And you see a tall, strong human female sort of like moseying around on the deck, and as she sees you guys, she sort of like waves and gestures for you guys to come on board. Hey, over here. You guys are Varrin's guys, right? I hope I'm right with that. He gave a really intricate description. And you guys are kind of hard to miss here. So I'm hoping I'm on the nose with this one.
You guessed correctly.
Oh, man.
Yes, we're here for passage to Revel's End. So
yeah,
you are our contact.
Yes, I'm Bethra. I'm gonna be real honest. You guys weren't the first group I flagged down. But whew, hopefully I didn't upset the other 5 people I flagged down before. Anyway,
Awkward.
yeah, it was a little awkward. I'm not gonna lie. Our Revel's End. All right, you guys are. I hope you guys like the cold. And she sort of takes you down to like the captain's quarters. You can kind of tell that Bethra is the captain of the ship, even though she seems to have like just recently come into it. But the crew seems to know her well enough. She gets like a pleasantry as she walks by, and as she shuts the door, she goes, "All right, so How do you guys want to do it? Cooks or guards? That's your two options I got.
Cooks or guards?
So, is there anyone working in prison that you've seen that you ferried across that looks like me that was either a cook or a guard?
Well,
Nobody looks like you.
yeah.
Well, yes, but I meant that is made like me.
She sort of looks at you and she goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna be frank. No, but listen, they got all types. You're gonna fit right in regardless. There's a little something for everyone there."
I am also good at disguising people. I have a disguise kit, so I could maybe use my skills to help you blend in further.
That would be great. It's kind of hard to hide this blue skin of mine.
Have lots of custom makeup could hide you very well. Could make you look very normal and matte, less jelly-like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will be a cook.
Okay. Unless you're like hiding from someone in particular. I mean, when I say all types, they got all types. No one will bat an eye or ask you too many questions.
Okay.
I think I could maybe be a guard. I think I could be very intimidating when I want to be.
She looks you up and down. She's like, sure, whatever. And for you?
Glare at her and intimidate her.
Roll an intimidation check.
I stand up as high as I can. Oh, not great, but not terrible.
Okay.
14?
Yes.
She like gives you a okay. I mean, hey, like I said, they'll take anyone. They're not that picky. So Bellitas, Varrin mentioned you specifically. Cook or guard? She like holds up two uniforms.
Did you even have to ask? Heard.
Yeah, obviously. All right, well, it sounds like you're gonna have some ears in the kitchen and then some boots on the ground. Love it. She tosses you guys the appropriate outfits. Guard is just like simple leathers, and go ahead and roll me. Everyone can roll me an history check.
God, I suck at these.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Wow, that's your second one.
I got a 12.
I am rolling up tonight.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, nice. So both Zatari and Bellitas, who are familiar with like the different factions of this area, are noticed that the basically the guard cloaks, as well as the leathers, have a particular emblem stamped in them, which is a golden crown set over a field of red. The cloaks themselves are red, one, to stand out against like the icy terrain, and two, to signal that whoever the guards are, they are obviously run by the Lord's Alliance. The Lord's Alliance is basically known as like the Council of Lords. They partner with a bunch of like merchant cities all over Faerun, and then they kind of got their fingers in just about everywhere. And you're not surprised to know that they sort of are involved with this high-level prison.
You said it's a gold crown on a red cloak?
Golden crown set over a field of red. So yeah, basically it's like a gold crown on a cloak.
Okay.
So during the trip, I will definitely like maybe not necessarily disguised, but I will definitely take the bling out of my beard. I don't want
Which
to.
pains you greatly.
Yeah, I like the bling in my beard.
Perilous, I could help disguise you as well if you want.
I mean, I'm not worried. I'm just gonna take off anything that is for my order, because I don't want them to think of. So if any of my tattoos that might identify where I'm from or whatever, I make sure they're covered, that type of thing.
That's
Yeah.
very wise.
Basically, the leathers cover the majority of your tattoos, and as far as your facial tattoos and stuff, are hidden fairly well by the cloak if you keep it low, and you will take out the gold jewelry over the course of the next couple days, and you can rebraid it to sort of signal a different clan, or just have it loose however you wish.
Yeah, no, I'll rebraid to whatever, just not mine.
Yeah.
Ooh, are you gonna rebraid to the Axel clan?
Might as well.
Yeah, to the Axebreaker clan.
If I know that braiding, I'll do that.
Yeah, you saw that Varrin himself had a little bit of braiding going on in his hair, his beard, and you are proficient enough in maintaining that you can copy it a little bit. It's not the best job ever, but it's passable, absolutely.
Well,
Look,
but I will remind you, we should be very discreet, and he did not want the clan to be associated with our infiltration, so I don't know if that would be a very good idea.
Well,
yeah, you're right.
But we want the prisoner Korda Glintstone to recognize her own clan. So we should, not make it obvious, right?
Oh, that's a good way to do it, though.
We want her to recognize and think you're friendly,
I like this, guys.
Would that be a good thing to do the closer we get to her cell, though? Maybe not so good to do as we're first entering?
Well, I don't think that...
I mean, I don't think it'll matter, but,
Correct me if I'm wrong here for a minute. I don't think that, the average guard or a person is going to know the difference between braiding with clans for dwarves, right? Is that
maybe another dwarf, yeah, would
another dwarf would
another
know.
dwarf would know.
Yeah.
How likely am I to run into another dwarf?
They're pretty common. So it's a toss up on this. You both just to give you guys some insight, you both have good points on this.
We asked the captain maybe have you seen many dwarfs on the rotation for the guards?
Oh yeah, we got dwarves, we got elves, we got furbolgs, we got everything.
The dwarves, I mean, Korda Glintstone has a network. So the dwarves that are in the prison probably are already in cahoots with her. So it might help us if you show something that's familiar to them.
But she betrayed this clan, so maybe a different clan could be more helpful. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe good things, maybe bad things. It could be a toss-up between how she sees our dwarf friend. I don't know.
These are excellent points on both sides.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to braid my hair in the most normal way possible.
Next. Next.
Yes, I think that is a better way to go about it. Yes.
And what I'll do is we have the symbol somewhere, right? The clan symbol.
What it looks like, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll just flash it to her if I can press her or something. We'll see.
I like the plan, yes.
Nice.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Great. Well, saddle in, because it's about 3 days to get there.
Ooh.
Okay.
And she sort of like walks over to the like direct opposite of like the cabin's quarters and just like throws open the door. And you guys basically see like a couple of bunk beds, a couple of hammocks, a couple of dudes just like playing cards.
Mhm. I check in on Osan just to make sure she is still comfortable under my collar and see if she can take a look around the ship to see, if she can find out anything more about Revel's End for me.
I'm gonna try to find other guards, like new guards, and try to get information out of them to see like how they got the job, like who they talked to, that type of shit.
Perfect.
I'm going to ask if anyone wants to play cards with me, and I'm going to try to rob them while I play cards with them.
Just immediately trying to fuck people over. Love it.
Uh,
Okay.
I try and talk some sense into Zatari because we are going to have to ride with these guards and get them on our side if we're going to infiltrate this prison.
Hey, playing games is a good way to make friends, and I have very little gold after boarding my ponies, so
Yes, but stealing from our new friends is not how you gain friends. That is
I won't
easy
know.
betrayal.
Oh, trust me! I have stolen from you, and you had no idea until it was gone. Oh,
Yes, but
trust
there are not very many people to give to the poor out at the the prison. I don't think our potential new friends would look kindly on you for stealing from them. Just don't steal until you won't need any gold until we're done. So just keep the stealing to a minimum.
I'll keep it to a minimum, but this is all fun and games, and I'm still going to play with them, okay?
Okay, you can play with them. Just don't rob them blind.
Okay, that I can
turn around them. I turn around, I look at Zatari, and I say, "If you get caught, you don't know me." And I walk away.
I would never get caught. I would never get caught.
Just don't get caught. That's all I care about.
I caught you. You do get caught.
No, that was a different situation. You had no idea when I first took from you, you found out later. That is different story.
No, it's the same. All I'm saying is you keep your nose clean for just a little while. Is all I'm asking.
I don't know what you are talking about. Friends, come play cards with me.
You've been having like this like heated back and forth like in the hallway essentially. Bethra like fully walked away. She's like, all right, what? I'm done. Like I did my thing. So Zatari is gonna go to the bunk room. Vakas, you kind of pull yourself aside and you sort of like whisper into your collar, Osan, and you hear a little voice in your head. Oh, are we there yet?
No, we're not there yet, but I need your help. I need to find out more about where we're going.
Okay.
Can you look around the ship and listen in and see if you can find anyone else to talk to or listen in on? Make yourself scarce, but anything that you can find that will help us to know about this place we're going to would be very helpful.
Okay, I can do that. And she's sort of like out of your collar, and she scurries down your cloak and just into a random hole in the wall, and she is gone.
Yeah.
You're basically like, she'll be back. With the good info later. And then Velitas, you make your way to the deck. Bertrand was not kidding when she said that it seems like pretty much people of every race and creed are out here. You see even some like you see like all the usual suspects. So you see a couple halflings, couple of humans, couple elves, da, da, da. But you also see like a large orc, and as well as like a kobold, and you also what you believe is a gift, although they are incredibly rare in these parts.
Are there any other tieflings?
You do not see any tieflings on the boat.
Ah, okay.
But the general spread is enough where you're like, I don't think they would be like alarmed at a tiefling.
I think when Zatari's disguise self runs out, she would go to her bunk and pull up her hood and pull up her turtlenecks to cover her face and lay low until she could cast the disguise self again.
Yes. So you're literally just gonna like hide for the evening.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll basically get like a couple rounds of cards in before then.
Yay!
And then you will be like, oh, I'm so tired. So you sit down. You see that there is like an elven female who has like a dark look in her eye. She seems crazy dangerous. And then you also see a gnome who seems pretty pissed that she's losing right now.
Uh-oh.
Are these like people who work there, or are they prisoners?
Oh no, everyone here seems to be workers. Like, you guys would kind of know that like prisoners are usually shuttled in by like airship or like a different type of boat where they weren't allowed to like just kind of walk around and like be free. This is Betra's clearly like, while she is also somehow Varrin's like contact, this is like her full job of just taking new guards and new cooks to Revel's End. This pays the bills.
Okay.
Nice.
So on the deck, you see, like I said, you see like a kobold, a gith, and a couple humans, and one or two elves.
Get, what does a gift look like?
Yes. Let me pop this in like chat.
So, how much longer are we gonna go? Because I can feel myself fading. Because I'm an old lady at this point.
No, I'm right there with you, McKenna. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So typically, just so you guys know, I usually like shorter sessions are like 2 to 2.5 hours, and then long session is 4 hours, and it is 10 o'clock for you guys, which is pretty much when I would tap out of my own game as well. So we can absolutely, this is actually a great stopping point for us, where it's like, you guys are on the boat, you guys did all your things you needed to do in the city, you guys are on your way, we can basically wrap up whatever you want to do over the course of the next 3 days, and then we'll be at the actual Revel's End, our next session. So totally cool if we stop here. I'm a-okay with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And can we like just, I'm just throwing this out here because I don't know. can we try to do what happens on the boat in Discord so that we get off the boat
Sure,
at the
yeah.
beginning of the next session?
Typically to be like, you spend 3 days traveling. Okay, you're here. It's pretty,
Yeah.
But if there's anything else that you guys particularly want to do, and I will kind of message you guys any information that you want. Go ahead and roll. You guys can just roll me all an investigation check, and then we'll basically end the stream. And the investigation check will kind of dictate how much information you guys get.
Hell yeah, 22.
Oh hell yeah!
I rolled a 14.
I did not roll very good.
Okay.
Oh no!
Could I maybe roll sleight of hand to try to steal from my card game?
Yeah, you roll an investigation, roll a sleight of hand to steal the stuff.
Oh no, not very good. No.
Okay.
Oh no.
I want to roll a sleight of hand to see if I can steal from her. Oh no, I got caught.
Oh no!
I was
Well,
gonna try
on
to.
your own.
I was just gonna try to steal it back from Zatari.
Nice.
Okay, Zatari, what did you roll for investigation?
For investigation, I rolled. Oh, where did it go?
11.
Yes, 11.
And the sleight of hand was...
Sleight of hand was not very good. 12.
Okay. And Bellatos, what was that investigation?
14.
Okay. All right. Well, we will pick up on that next time. I'm going to end the stream.